Hi, this is Takashi from Jazz Love Japan. Today I just wanna feature, a couple of albums. Uh, but the jazz label behind those albums, you know, is interesting. So first, before I dive into the two albums that I want to share with you, I just want to talk about that jazz label that maybe you have never heard of. The jazz label that I want to share with you today is the called Something Cool. Yeah, that's the name of the jazz label. It's a Japanese jazz label founded in 2014. Yeah, it's just small label, but they just concentrate on the jazz only. And there are many others small jazz labels here in Japan, like maybe you heard about Venus Records. That's one of them. Nowadays Venus Records is very popular all over the world. And Sawano Kobo from Osaka, that's another label, jazz label. And Craftman Records, you know by the Mr. Haniwa. Yeah, that's another one. But anyway, I think here in Japan, jazz is music that, I don't know, for many, many decades, people have respected, really. And I think, jazz has never died here in Japan. But of course, there in the US, the original country that the jazz was invented or made for the first time, jazz just died out, in the 60s, right? After the Blue Note, the popularity of jazz, it just went down, drastically. So that's why most of the jazz musicians, legends, went to another country to survive, just barely survive, in Europe first, and then Japan as well. Those are countries that those jazz giants found a kind of a sanctuary, right, for them to survive. But here in Japan, I think for over the decades, I think jazz has survived. Yeah, it's been just popular all over, all through the years. And the jazz label that I said that I want to share with you today, Something Cool, is a label that the Disc Union, made, yeah, in 2014. I think it's kind of interesting, and these are the, jazz albums that Something Cool, that small jazz label, made in 2018. Actually, I think the release date is January, 2019. And the musician of this album is called Junko Onishi, a female, one of the greatest, jazz pianists here in Japan. And Junko Onishi has been very, very popular and playing, decades. And I remember, once she had session with the legendary Jackie McLean and made the album, right, in the late 90s, I think. It was a great, great album. So Junko, I think, has been very, very popular here in Japan, but not outside of Japan, I think. That's a sad story, but she's great. And she made these two albums. If you look at these jackets, just identical, right? So I think the concept is the same, but what she did with these two albums is that, one, the session members are the same, but one for the acoustic version and the other is for the electric version. Kind of interesting approach, and both two albums are great. really, really great. And the album is called, Junko Onishi Presents the Sextet, the acoustic version. The acoustic side. And the other same title, Junko Onishi Presents the Sextet, electric side. So, yeah, the session, as I said, session members are the same, but the tracks that she played here in these two albums are different. And I think almost all the tracks are the original tracks, that the Junko Onishi made, and also the other session members made. So it's very, very interesting approach, and the music that she played here with the session members is kind of authentic jazz, but mixed with Asian taste and Latin Afro taste. So very good albums. And I also want to talk about the Disco Union. Disco Union, I think is a of course most of you guys know that Disco Union is one of the biggest music shops, but it's not only that. I don't know whether you know that Disco Union was founded in 1941, the Second World Era, right? Yeah, it was founded in 1941, and since then, they have been there, at the top, really, really. Because I still remember when I was at the university, or the small kids, Disco Union is there, one of the biggest music shops. But they have never died, and the popularity has been there, all those years. And the reason why, I think, is their mission and the policy. If you look at their mission, for them to offer the music is just amazing. They concentrate on the tangible music to be offered to the customers. They say that the music is not the thing to listen only, but to own the music. Like these albums, right? It's not download music or something, but actually you own these albums, the actual tangible items. Yeah, of course you can listen to the music here, but at the same time you can enjoy the design of the jacket, and also the value of the sleeve, and the weight. You can just feel the weight, and you can just feel the the gorgeousness of the the albums, vinyl, the label design, and everything. So that's what they say. The music is just, it's not just a listening thing. You need to own the music. You need to own the music. So that's why they want to communicate with the customers at the actual shops, not online shops only. So that's why I think Disco Union, they have many shops in all over the country. And what they did with those shops is that they just concentrate or educate staff members to be experts in the category of the music that they're dealing with. So if you look at the Disco Union Jazz shop, there is the expert there, who knows everything about jazz, like Mr. Haniwa. He used to be there, as a manager of the Disco Union Jazz at, I think it's Shinjuku. Yeah. So he's been there for many years as a manager. He's been expert for the jazz, right? And the staff working there is also expert at jazz. If you look at the the other categories of music, like Disco Union Classic, Disco Union Rock, so they have their experts there. So that's what they did, and that's what they are doing right now. So I just respect what they are doing. They're just great. Anyway, these two albums, by Junko Onishi, the sextet, acoustic side and electric side, and these two albums are no longer on the market right now because they at the time of the release in 2019, they made a CD, but at the same time with a limited number of copies, they made LPs like these, and I think the number of the copies that they pressed at that time is very very limited. So that's why even if you just go for, look for these two albums LPs, you cannot find them on the market right now. Maybe they're on the second hand market with a premium price. That's what I can tell. But these albums, analog version, are great because the cutting and the pressing are at the Toyokase. So as you know, the quality of the Toyokase cutting and the pressing, right? So very rare and great. So whenever you find these albums on the market, maybe it's better for you to look for them and dig. That's what I recommend you to do. And as I said, in the conversation, here in Japan, the jazz is great. is popular even right now, and the company like Disc Union is trying their best to produce and make new albums like this even right now. Mr. Hanima is one of them, and as I said, Sawano is one of them, and Hara Tetsuo from Venus Circus is one of them. But anyway, they are great and I respect them all. So that's it for today. I hope you like it. And lastly, I always keep saying, please continue staying safe and healthy. And thank you for watching today. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.